Vuyo has been talking about a legally binding agreement, but there's not a lot of optimism from people on the sidelines who've been hearing the negotiations. We've seen countries like Canada surprised by stepping back a little bit from the commitments to the Kyoto Protocol. Is it going to get another mandate? Legally binding agreement is probably unlikely, to be honest, but we'll see what happens in the next few days. They're certainly going to have to work very, very hard to come up with some kind of agreement. I'm a little away from the ICC, in fact across the road, and I'm on top of a roof, and this is where a facility company called Drake and Skull do the management of an area called the Priority Zone, and this is where the ICC sits as well. To find out a little bit more about what the Priority Zone is, why it was set up and what it does, I'm now joined by the facility manager, Thobile Mkhize. Thobile, thanks for joining us on the program. Welcome.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, so Priority Zone, it's an area within the center of Durban. Why was it set up and what are you trying to do?
Okay, the Priority Zone is a pilot project. It's an urban management initiative, mainly focusing on the civic, administrative, and the central precinct of the central Durban. It was mainly established in 2009 as an initiative of the eThekwini city architect through a public-private partnership agreement. That's Drake and Skull Facilities Management. That's my company. The main purpose was to come in and make the area clean and safe, and at the same time align the service departments to come and talk to each other and make sure that they're working together in keeping the place clean and safe.
All right, and it's not just clean and safe though. I mean, there's different levels. You're talking about environment and eco-friendliness and so on and so forth, aren't you?
Oh yes, when we came in here, Peter, it was mainly about focusing on that, but there were so many social issues, a social aspect that you came across with, that came into it as well. This is the home for the informal traders, the home for the flea market, the shopping center, the taxi rank. We've got the job seekers in the area. So it was all about getting involved with all these people, engaging with them and changing their behavioral patterns, which was not an easy thing when we came in. But within the 18 months since we've been started here, the whole thing has changed, and we're actually getting a buy-in from them. Now you see that their behavioral patterns has changed. They go to the bin to discard their litter, not just throw it anywhere. By having the bins around, they just go and throw it there.
All right, well, the sprinkler system has just gone on in this rooftop garden that we have. Tell us a little bit about why you set this up on top of your headquarters. What is this green garden about?
Peter, this is our operation center, and when we first moved in, it was just a bare roof and had nothing. And each time, you can't have a space and not use it. So as a facilities management company, we thought that we should use the space and utilize it effectively. And we had this idea of converting it to a roof garden. So we've got this roof garden, and we've even not only just the roof garden, it was the convention of the roof garden, the solar water heating, as well as the irrigation system. With our having to do the irrigation as the sprinklers just came in now, as you're saying, this is the rainwater. We're catching the water from the drains, through to our JoJo tanks, and then it goes through our pumps, and then it feeds back to the sprinklers, as you can see. And that's why we've got this beautiful roof garden. It's not that we're wasting the water, it's the rainwater.
All right, so I see lots of vegetables and flowers. What do you do with the vegetables?
We started in September. That was the first planting in September. It's still on its experimental phase, but at the same time, our first harvesting, we did it now in November. And the first harvesting, you should have seen our tunnels, they were full. And all that we had, all the vegetable that we had, we took it to the shelters and we gave it for somebody to have food, to have food in the table. At the same time, we've got the hawkers that come in to buy it at a bunch of spinach, something like R1, but mainly in return for us to have more seedling, to plant more, and create jobs for somebody out there in the streets,
All right, and I see that there's a lot of old tires that you've used quite creatively to plant, and even the floorboards that we're standing on. I believe recycling is quite a big thing for you as well.
The beautiful thing about this, Peter, we've used recycled pallets. You will never think that the pallet you can do something about. Not just the pallets, we've used the drums, we've used the tires to make sure that this place we're not even spending, because as a facilities management company, it's all about cost saving as well. The chairs that you see see around, these are made of plastic chairs. So everything that is being used here is mainly from the recycling. So it's all about encouraging the users out there as an individual that don't just throw it away. You can think about something and then you can use it again. So it's all about recycling.
All right, so you're working with the eThekwini municipality, and I guess trying to get them to coordinate all of their functions. Has that been working, and is this something you think you could roll out in other parts of the city?
When we first came in, the resistance was there. You know, everybody was threatened that we're here to take their jobs. But it was not about that. It was all about, let's go to the table, let's do it the right way, and let's get it done. You know, today we've got a very happy story. The line department, we're meeting with them fortnightly, monthly. They come to our service, to our operations center. They're using the system because we've got this help desk call login system where we log in the calls. The minute that you see that the street light is out, the robot is out, the potholes are not needs to be fixed, we log a call and we pass it on to the line department, and they respond immediately.
So it's working.
It's working perfectly.
Thobile, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you, Peter, for having me.
All right.